What's up, guys? Welcome back to It's Me Tinx Live, exclusively on Radio Andy Channel 102. As always, this is our weekly time to talk to each other with a live Ask Me Anything. I want to talk to all of you right now, so call me. It's 844-305-ANDY. That's 844-305-2639. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm live from New York. Guys, I need to tell everybody out there that the studio, I know I have a lot of complaints because 2 weeks ago I was freezing my off. Today they have made it a sauna. Okay, they have made it the infrared sauna that I want to get for my home in LA. When I say that I'm dripping, when I say that it is a sweat box, like, we better have some infrared lights in here, because if I'm this heated up, I at least need the benefits. Like, I think Sirius honestly listened to me and they heard that I have a cold plunge and that I like to do hot and cold therapy, and so they are in fact replicating that in the studio, and half of it is hot and half of it is cold. So that's that on that. Hi guys, how are we all? I am so happy to be here. Sorry, I want to first off begin by saying that I am thinking about everybody affected by Hurricane Milton. My heart is with everybody in Florida, everybody who's been affected. The images are just heartbreaking, heart-wrenching beyond. And I want to say another thing. The people who hiked up the prices of the of the flights out, who made them $4,000, I hope you rot in hell. And I'm so serious. I say that with my whole chest. That is the nastiest. I don't know how you sleep at night, okay? We need to make it easier for people to evacuate. Like, you think that you could just maybe do them a solid and not have a $4,000 flight out of Tampa? Seriously, whoever made that decision, go f yourself. And again, I say that with my whole chest. I hope that it is not as bad as everybody is thinking it's going to be. Did you guys see the video of the meteorologist who started crying? Oh my God. What Jesus, Lord have mercy. Seriously, thinking of everybody. Florida has a special place in my heart. You guys know that I grew up going there. My grandma actually lives in Naples. She's okay for now. Thank you to everybody who checked in. That's really sweet. It's really sad and it's really scary. And I'm thinking of everybody affected and praying that this is not as bad as we think. No easy transition from that. I have been bopping in New York. Lukey and I played a set on Saturday that was so fun. We played in Williamsburg. It was such a good crowd. I've only DJ'd once in New York before at a club, and it was obviously an amazing crowd, but like, oh my God, people came out. It was at sunset and it was so much fun. And the New York crew, they just go hard. And I love that. Guys, I'm having problem with my New York social life. Like, when I say that there's something every night, there's 3 things every night. I can't, let me put it this way. I'm literally getting a laser on my face tomorrow night so that I force myself to stay in, because I'm going to be so red and puffy that I won't be able to go out. That is my level of social addiction right now with going out. In LA, when I tell you I would plan a girls' dinner for 2 weeks and it would take like 4 calls, 39 texts in the group chat, we'd be all gearing up, and then people would just all cancel anyway. And in New York, people are like, oh, there's this gala, there's that party, there's this, there's that. Lukey and I actually DJ'd a corporate party last night because it's ad week. Okay. My understanding of ad week, and you tell me if I'm right, is it's kind of like Coachella for people who work in advertising. There's 3 parties every night. And let me tell you, people are getting lit up last night. That open bar was flowing. People were absolutely loving it. And I was loving DJing. We played all like disco, and then we moved into a little Afro house. They loved it. So it was very fun. I'm actually going to speak on a panel for ad week after this. So that'll be fun. I'm very excited. Happy ad week to all those who celebrate, right? Okay, I'll stop yapping. Let's take our first caller. Let's talk to Kristen. Hey, Kristen, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on?
Okay, I have a question about a situationship.
Tell me.
Okay, so we met on Hinge. It was about 2 months. Everything was going great. I think I was always confident that he liked me more than I liked him. And so then I was gone for a week, and then I get a text being like, can I come over and chat? And I was like, okay. So he sits on my couch and he's just like, I'm not ready for a relationship. And just starts going on about how he has things from his past relationship that like really negative impacted his past and like he needs to work on. And I was like, when did you guys break up again? And he was like, a year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago?
A year and a half. So my question to you is, when boys say they aren't ready for a relationship, do you think that's actually true, or they just like not that into it?
I tend to think it just means that it's not with you. And I don't want to sound harsh. Like I don't like to say that, but I tend to think for the right girl, they're always down. Did you really like him that much? Like, I don't know. Like you said everything was going great, but are you just saying that now because it was like a slight rejection and you're backtracking, or were you really like goo goo gaga for him?
No, I definitely like knew he wasn't my person, but my ego is person.
Oh, he wasn't your person. Okay, good. Oh, phew. Oh, thank God. I thought you said he was. And I was like, whoa, girl. Look, I had this situation not too long ago, and like it was so painful and my ego was so bruised, and in my gut I knew it wasn't right, but the fact that he was like, I don't really want to date someone, I was like, that's just code for you don't want to date me, you know what I mean? And look, maybe there's a shred of truth to it. Maybe he is still your guy is still dealing with shit from a year and a half ago relationship. Like, if so, buddy, hurry up your processing. That's insane. But who cares? Because you want to know why? The result is the same. He doesn't want to date you, whether it's right now, whether it's ever, it doesn't really matter. You deserve someone who knows they want to be with you right now. I know that to be true.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing. Thank you so much. I love you.
I love you. I actually just did an ego episode too. I literally made the ego episode of the podcast because I was in the same situation and I needed to check myself. So listen to that if you so desire, but I love you.
Oh, I will. Love you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling. Bye, babe.
Bye.
You guys, ego is so insane. Like for me, I actually do have a lot of ego when it comes to dating. I can be a very proud person and it's not good. Okay. Listen, a certain amount of healthy ego is important, but our ego can make us feel worse than we actually need to be feeling. So in this situation with me that I'm talking about, I was beating myself up, feeling so bad about myself. And the thing is, I knew in my gut it wasn't right. It wasn't a good connection. I didn't feel adored. Sex wasn't that good. So why was I allowing myself to feel so bad? Because of ego. So it's always good to label it and be like, did I really like him that much, or did I just want to be chosen? And hey, we all want to be chosen. Completely normal. But you just got to check your ego sometimes. Let us talk to Mariah. Hey, Mariah, what's up?
Hi, Tinx. Love you.
Love you. Thanks for calling. What's going on?
So I just need to be talked down from the ledge a little bit.
Tell me.
Context is I got my boots a week ago, and I'm so happy with them. They look so good.
Amazing. Congrats.
But naturally, I have been using Snapchat to update my friends on the progress of the girl.
Of course. Of course.
You can probably imagine what happened to me this morning when I accidentally posted a picture of the healing girls to my Snapchat story.
Oh, my God.
Yes. And
how long was it up there? How long as you took it down? How many people saw it?
I have no idea because I was scrambling so frantically to delete it that I wasn't like checking to see who saw it, but I don't think it was up for more than 45 to 60 seconds.
Oh my God, girl, you're fine. You're fine. You are literally fine.
At least a couple of people saw it, but they were like girls who called me to say like delete it immediately, which I'm actively trying to do.
Oh my God.
And it's that people were getting like notifications that I posted to my story, and I'm just panicking that I don't know how many people saw it, but hoping you can talk me off the ledge a little bit.
Okay, first of all, I promise you in like 3 weeks, you will be laughing about this, probably less time. Second of all, very few people saw it. 60 seconds, girl, you would have super fans if they were in there in 60 seconds. Like, yeah, your friends saw it. Maybe a few other people saw it. I'm sure, by the way, they look fabulous. And the thing is, anybody who is not your close friend who brings it up to you is a clown because they know what happened. They know it was an accident, right? Anybody who dares bring it up to you is a clown, and you shouldn't be embarrassed. I promise you, I always try to tell myself with stuff like this, like embarrassment is a thing that we create, and it's only as embarrassing as you allow it to be. It was a little snafu, not to worry, shake it off. Your girls look great, and It's fine. I promise you. I have done so much worse. And it's all about how much weight you give it. If you make this the biggest thing in the world, you will feel it to be the biggest thing in the world. I promise you, this is a funny, lighthearted thing. I promise. This is like, laugh it off. A few people saw the gals. All's well that ends well. People
You made me feel so much better. I'm trying to remind myself, A, they look freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
And B, anyone who brings it up says more about them than it does about me because it was very clearly an accident. So
1000%.
making me feel better.
Yes, you're the best. I love you and congratulations on the new gals. I love that.
Thank you so
Enjoy
much.
them.
Love you. Have a great day.
I love you. Bye. Guys, I've thought so many times about like what would happen if my nudes got leaked. I want to say I've even mocked up the Instagram story that I would post, and I would be like, I am not ashamed of loving my body. I am not ashamed. Like I would literally, I'm almost gagging for someone to do it because I feel like I would really want to make a point being like, there's literally nothing to be embarrassed about. Human bodies are delicious and beautiful. Everybody is sexy. And the most sexy thing of all is loving yourself. So there's no shame in that game. Also, this reminded me the Snapchat thing of one time, a story. Like obviously you guys know I love nudes so much, but one time when I was like living in San Francisco in the post grad era, and I was so tight with all my roommates and my friends, they were like, Tinx, how many nudes do you send like in 24 hours? And I was like, why don't we do a challenge? And I was back like in my cool era when I had like a roster and I was like dating all these guys. They were like, for 24 hours, send us every single nude that you send a guy. And after 2 hours, they were like, abort, no more, please, no more. And I was like, sorry for partying. So anyway, that's how I feel about nudes. I love them. I would like post my nudes to my Snapchat story anyway. I'd be like, hey, if it was allowed. I'm just kidding. Shout out Snapchat. You're more than just for nudes. Okay. Andrea, hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for calling. What's going on?
I bought tickets to Sebastian Maniscalco about a year ago.
Okay.
He's one of my favorite comedians.
Okay.
And I started a new job recently, and I ended up invited a coworker that I've felt like a little bit of a connection with.
Like a crush?
Yeah, I guess like a crush.
Okay.
But I made it super friendly and low key. So a couple days before the show, I realized that I'd accidentally bought 2 tickets in 2 different rows.
Okay.
Feeling kind of disappointed about this, but feeling hopeful that we could, find 2 seats together once we got there.
Yeah.
So we go out to dinner, and I told him about my mistake, and I couldn't really read his reaction, but we get to the show, and we sat in 2 random seats and then kind of got bumped from those. And we did that a couple times before we ended up just going to our respective seats.
Mm-hmm.
But then right before he went on, I got a text from him saying, I'm going to leave, have a good night.
What?
And yeah, so I wrote, I actually thought he was kidding.
Before
so I wrote back
before the show even started, he left?
Yeah, we had just watched 2 openers, and then Sebastian was about to go on.
That's so rude.
And this is actually a guy that admitted to really liking him and had gone to a stand-up show earlier that week. So this is a guy that likes him. And the tickets were about like $200 a piece. So I wrote back, are you teasing or are you serious?
Yeah.
And he wrote, I'm too old for this nonsense.
What?
Yes.
How old is he?
He's 53. I'm 41.
Too old for what nonsense? That he has to sit alone? Oh, little baby can't sit by himself to watch the show? Oh my God, that is the biggest ick I've ever heard. Imagine a grown fucking man not being so rude. It's 2 things. First of all, it's the ick of not being able to go with the flow. Shit happens. Okay, he had to sit by himself. Who gives a shit? That's life. And second of all, to be so rude to you who he doesn't know that well, and you invited him, the ticket was expensive. I mean, that's absurd.
Yeah, there's definitely a few things going on there. But mainly, I didn't write back, and we don't really work on the same floor. So I've just been do I just pretend this never happened? Do I confront him? Do I just kind of pretend he doesn't exist? But, if he wasn't my coworker, I would have really told him off.
So the last text you sent, he sent was, "I'm too old for this." And did you respond after that?
So I ran out to the concessions area and I called him and I said, "Hey, like, what's going on?" Because our seats were only 4 rows apart in the same section. So I figured I could catch him. And he goes, "I've already left the building. Have a good night."
That is so rude. Honestly, that would really rub me the wrong way and I would be really bothered by it. I am a person who has to get things off my chest. So if it were me, I would maybe send a text or just go up to him in person in the office and be like, "Hey, like I thought that was a little rude. Like those tickets were expensive. And if you didn't want to come, you could have just told me. I would have taken someone else." I would have to get it off my chest. Like, who cares if you have to see him? I mean, I don't know your personality, but for me, if I didn't say something, I would be so resentful and like I would probably be rude to him in like a passive aggressive way. So if I were you, I would either do it in person or just send a text and be like, it doesn't even have to be that intense. I could just say, I thought about it and I thought it was pretty rude that you left. I would have taken a friend or someone else who wanted to go to the show. The tickets were expensive. And just see what he says.
Right. Yeah.
Rude.
I know. Well, thanks for listening to my story.
I'm sorry that happened to you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thanks for your advice. I'll maybe do that.
Yeah. Let us know. You can always email me. It's metinx@SiriusXM.com and let me know what happens. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
Lots of love. Bye, babe.
Okay, bye.
That is so weird. God, so finicky. Like, who cares? It's a different seat. Like, it doesn't matter. Okay, you guys, that is our show. What a fabulous show it was. I will be back on Friday with an awesome guest for office hours. I'm so excited for you guys to see who it is. And until then, be good. I'll see you on Friday. Bye. Silence out, I still